Imagine walking through a city and seeing dozens of people dancing uncontrollably in the street, not celebrating, not performing, unable to stop. In July 1518, a woman began dancing in the streets of Strasbourg and did not stop. Within weeks, hundreds joined her. Some collapsed, some reportedly died. The event is remembered as hysteria. Structurally, it looks like something else. Strasbourg was then part of the Holy Roman Empire, a region strained by famine, disease, and economic instability. Harvests had failed in preceding years. Food prices were volatile. Illness was common. Religious anxiety was pervasive. When the first dancer, often identified as Frau Trophia, moved uncontrollably for days, authorities did not treat it as rebellion or madness. They treated it as a condition. The response reveals the logic of the time. Believing the dancing to be a form of illness caused by overheated blood, city officials hired musicians and cleared space for more dancing. If the body needed to expel something, the cure was completion. This intervention did not calm the outbreak, it amplified it. By August, dozens were dancing simultaneously. Chroniclers describe bodies moving without rhythm, without coordination, without visible joy. This was not celebration. It was compulsion. People screamed, collapsed, resumed. The more the spectacle grew, the more it legitimized itself. Participation signaled that something real was happening. Explanations have long focused on ergot poisoning, a fungus that infects rye and can produce hallucinations or convulsions. But ergot does not produce synchronized, prolonged, socially patterned movement lasting weeks. It produces physical symptoms, not coordinated mass behavior. The dancing plague followed social lines. It spread through visibility. What Strasbourg experienced resembles what modern psychology calls mass psychogenic illness. The rapid spread of physical symptoms through a group without a detectable organic cause. This does not mean it was imagined. The pain, exhaustion, and even death were real. But the trigger was social stress translated into bodily expression. In early modern Europe, suffering was interpreted through religious frameworks. One common belief held that Saint Vitus could curse individuals with uncontrollable movement. If people believed they were afflicted, their bodies could respond accordingly. The belief did not create the stress, it provided the script. The dancers were not inventing symptoms, they were enacting the only available language for distress. In a society with limited political voice, no modern medical understanding, and deep spiritual fear, the body became the medium. Authorities reinforced the pattern unintentionally. By organizing stages and musicians, they transformed isolated episodes into sanctioned events. Once the city acknowledged the condition, individuals under strain could enter it legitimately. The outbreak gained structure. Eventually, officials reversed course. Dancing was banned. Participants were taken to a shrine associated with Saint Vitus, where rituals were performed to cure them. The outbreak subsided, not because a toxin cleared, but because the script changed. The dancing plague reveals a constraint common to high-stress societies. When institutional channels fail to absorb pressure, when hunger, fear, and uncertainty accumulate without resolution, expression shifts to available symbolic forms. In Strasbourg, that form was religiously coded movement. Importantly, this was not unique. Similar outbreaks occurred across medieval Europe. Convulsive episodes, collective fainting, ritualized behaviors. These events followed moments of tension. They emerged where belief systems provided explanatory frameworks and where stress had no safe outlet. The unsettling implication is that the dancing plague was not irrational chaos. It was patterned release. It followed belief, authority, response, and visibility. It intensified when validated. It faded when reframed. Modern societies assume they are immune to such episodes because explanations have changed. But mass behavior still follows stress, narrative, and amplification. The medium differs. The structure remains. In 1518, the body carried the message. It moved because there was no other language available.